3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. This is the 56th
Fucking Christ.
episode of Allies with the Unbreakable Spirit
And the Executioner,
and
Dave Travis. Fuck.
I am the Unbreakable Spirit. He sort of introduced himself at the same time I did.
Yeah, that's a first.
And we got 3 topics. We're going to run through them real quick.
Topic number 1.
Numero uno is WWE can't decide on a name for Mia Yim.
And number 2.
Andrade potentially leaving All Elite Wrestling.
And number 3.
The Survivor Series War Games prediction battle.
Let's jump in
That's
with
topic 3.
number 1.
So what is going on with Mia Yim's name?
I don't know. Timer?
I already started it.
Good.
Hey, man, let's not jinx it, buddy.
Alright, cause
So, allow me to explain the situation. Mia Yim recently returned to WWE to be a part of the OC, which is awesome. We finally have an equalizer for Rhea Ripley. Huzzah.
Yes.
She originally returned with the nickname of
Jimmy.
Minchi something.
Jimmy.
I don't know. Something that translates to crazy. I don't think it's a good idea calling Keith Lee's wife crazy.
No. It was Chimmy, and according to her, because I saw a little interview on TikTok about this, that it's because it is a nickname that her mother and her sister call her.
Okay, so it's a family thing.
Yeah, it's a family thing.
Family calls her crazy.
Pretty much.
Anyways, that was later changed. Official WWE ring name on WWE.com.
And then it was changed back. Yeah, because Mia Yim even said that, she's like, hey, with all this backlash, she's like, hey, it's a way to pay homage because apparently she is half African American and half Asian. Yeah, my honest thoughts are like, I will say with Mia Yim is back at WWE, that is very interesting, and I will say, I honestly thought that that with her being back, I thought it would lead to some. I thought she wouldn't be a part of the women's war games. I thought that it would lead, honestly, to some sort of stipulation match between her and Rhea Ripley at Survivor Series, honestly.
Well, we're kind of getting that.
Yeah, fair.
But to be honest,
yeah,
I'm not really sure how I feel about her current nickname where she's called crazy.
Even though
I prefer when she's called the HBIC.
I mean, quite honestly, Like, you know, this is just me like shooting straight with everybody here. Is that like for me, like, yeah, I can kind of see why it's a big deal, but it's just like it's not the worst thing she could have been called. It could have been much worse. It could have been
Yeah,
like
but her original nickname, if WWE were using it correctly, would be Head Bitch in Charge.
that's what HBIC stands for.
Yes, but WWE, being PG, has it be Head Baddie in Charge.
Oh. And I will say is that like my honest thoughts on Mia Yim's nickname is well, I can see why people are like, oh no, it's a massive it's a massive fucking big deal. In my opinion, like it's not like the worst thing that WWE has done. I mean, come on, it's not like it's not like her. It's not like they completely repackaged her. I mean, like it's literally just like it's just the same character, just with a different name. It's not that big of a
And
deal.
I will agree with you with that because WWE has been known to do that with in the past.
I mean, shit. Take Theory for example. He was just called Theory, but with the same character.
And
Yeah.
he wanted to keep that name, but he's now been reverted back to Austin Theory.
I mean,
An even better example I can think of is Matt Riddle. They took his first name and just left him with as Riddle.
I mean, yeah, and then it didn't really it didn't really bother me about that, honestly. That dude was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Like,
yeah, they also did the same with Apollo Crews, taking away his last name. Except for that one, they had a legitimate reason.
Oh yeah, that was because of one of the mass shootings that happened. The guy had the name of Apollo, I think.
Then they would have taken Apollo away, not Crews.
Or the guy's last name was Cruz. I don't remember.
Yeah, we don't like to think about that depressing type of stuff, especially in the 2020s.
Yeah, fair point. And I will say, my honest thoughts on the thoughts is like, look, well, I can see why that is like a very like people, kind of overreacted. Like another example of, like take Champa for example. He was just called Champa, just the same character, just called Champa. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing really
and I believe he's still going just by Ciampa. I don't know if Tommaso has been brought back.
No. But
Lovely.
No, but this is kind of random. I mean, I know we go off topic a lot, but did anyone else notice that Johnny Gargano had a kind of a different theme song?
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't notice. But then again, I was more focused on eating food.
Yeah.
But the timer just went off. We'll be right back with topic number 2.
Hello, topic 2. Idolo possibly leaving AEW.
That's very interesting. Does it mean he's going to go back to WWE? Probably not.
According to the report I read on Ringside News, that he posted a picture of him holding that very cool looking black mask that he wore in AEW about him saying about him leaving the company. Like, because I'm just straight here. Like I don't mean to sound rude at AEW, but I quite frankly don't really give a fuck. But they
when do you ever give a fuck?
Fair enough. But they honestly fucking wasted Johnny Elidolo's talents.
Yeah.
I mean, you pair him up with Vicky fucking Guerrero, which was, I thought, a perfect choice, and then you do nothing.
The
No.
only thing he in AEW is take over Matt Hardy's faction.
Bravo! Bravo! I mean, like, hell, at least when this guy was in WWE, at least he actually did shit. Won the U.S. title. Won the NXT championship. But I mean, like, my honest thoughts are like, is Andrade Alito, like, should Andrade Alito go back to WWE? I honestly think, I think with the success he's had in WWE, and especially with Triple H being in charge of creative, I think that he would actually have a successful run in WWE.
We actually did talk about this a little bit without the mic and not even on the podcast. On the phone, literally last night. And for the record, people, this is being recorded before Thursday, so we don't record on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't. They really
And we mentioned that Zelina Vega is currently. You actually had a good idea that now that I thought about it, of Santos Escobar and Andrade, I guess just Andrade, co-leading Legado del Fantasma.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be called. It'd just be called. I guess they could just have him going back to his WWE character. What was it, Andrade Escobar?
No, it was originally Andrade Cien Almas.
Oh yeah.
Then they took away the Cien Almas part.
Yeah, because let me just paint you guys a picture. You could, if you want, if you want Andrade to come back to WWE, you could have like this whole storyline where I don't know, so where Andrade and Cena are involved in, I don't know, like a heated rivalry with I don't know, the Brawling Brutes. Or something.
I have an alternative idea if you're willing to hear it.
Shoot.
Since Zelina Vega is busy with her managerial talents and assets, take that as you will, elsewhere, pair Andrade with his real-life wife, Charlotte Flair, and have a power...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Have Andrade paired with his real-life wife, Charlotte Flair, and have a power couple.
That is an honest, good, and very interesting idea, and
I'll even admit my just said may have a bit of a problem.
And what that?
I am worried that that storyline may have the same problem with the Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans thing.
Oh God, yes, yeah. Okay.
So maybe not do that.
Okay, because I will say if Andrade could go to CMLL or maybe Impact
or AAA
or AAA or any AAA is the WWE of Mexico, right? Or is that CMLL? I think it's
honestly it could be both for all I know. This shows people that we don't watch Lucha Libre because we don't know what channel it's on.
No, but I will say, if I will say another thing you could do is if Andrade return, come back to WWE and have, don't have him immediately join Legado del Fantasma. Have have him be forced to join it, but have Andrade and Santos Escobar
But
have
heads.
butt heads, and if he loses, he's forced to join. If I don't know, have if Andrade wins, he leads, but if Santos Escobar wins, is that we have to co-lead this group or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't see how co-leading would be a bad thing, but here's another idea.
Fire.
Have Andrade return to WWE, but use it as a catalyst to call Elektra Lopez up to the main roster. The only member of Legado del Fantasma that got left behind in NXT, despite the fact that she left the arena with Legado del Fantasma.
Okay, so wait. Here's an idea. Have her be Andrade's manager, and then have that be like the whole storyline.
Yeah,
and then-
like it's like a manager swap. Andrade was originally managed by Zelina Vega, and Santos eventually got managed by Elektra Lopez. They literally just swapped managers, and it could be like, you stole the woman, the muy caliente woman that brought me so much success. So now I'm gonna steal the woman that garnered you success.
Because don't get me wrong. Like Andrade, I will admit though, the only thing Andrade honestly accomplished in NXT was being the cruiserweight champion and being the undisputed cruiserweight champion. Which, don't get me wrong, that is still a hell of an accomplishment to have.
Wait, Andrade or Santos?
Oh, excuse me, Santos. Oh, don't get me wrong. Well, Santos, was a former cruiserweight champion. I will admit, I am honestly surprised he didn't win the NXT title. But anyway,
yeah, I was about to say, pump the brakes, dude. Andrade was never cruiserweight champion. He was NXT champion and NXT North America, I believe.
No.
Just NXT? Okay.
Yeah, pump the brakes. Topic 3.
Yeah, we'll be right back with the prediction battle.
Got it.
Let's just go with that. We're back with the topic, which is the WWE Survivor Series War Games prediction. Now, to let you know how recent the article that I found from Bleach Reporter is for this review, the article is literally 2 days old as of this recording.
Oh, God. All right, let's jump in. All right, Matthew. First match.
The first match that... Right. All right. So the first match in this article is the SmackDown Women's title match between Shotzi, which is a name I'm surprised we didn't mention in topic number 1, versus Rowdy Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
And don't forget, Ronda also has Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, which they formed a pretty dangerous team.
Yeah. My honest thoughts on this is, I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey. I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey.
Rowdy.
I'm gonna go, Ronda. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, honestly, I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, and my reason for that is because A, Ronda's currently on this sort of heel run, I think. As like, I
Though
mean,
the fans believe that Liv Morgan is a heel.
yeah, and my honest thoughts with her having Shayna Baszler in her corner is a bad thing because all Ronda Rousey would need to do is distract the referee, and then Shayna could just beat the out of her.
I mean, Shotzi's kinda got an ally in Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah. For what reason?
No reason.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Like, oh yeah, I'm an alliance of yours. Why? No reason.
Okay.
What? Like,
Dumb.
okay. If you're gonna have someone be alliance with someone, can you have someone that's being alliance
Well,
with
I
someone?
think it might be because they took out my tag team partner Aaliyah, and I want blood.
Okay, if she said that, that would be a valid reason. But if you just like don't explain shit, that doesn't explain shit. Moving on, I choose Ronda Rousey.
As I sort of thought in my head. The next one is the leader of the OC, the phenomenal AJ Styles, versus the leader of Judgment Day, Finn Balor.
No, I will say, with the amount of history, like not just in WWE, but like in general that these two men have,
Yeah.
with how long this feud has going, honestly, I am surprised this is a normal one-on-one match. And hell, to be honest, I kind of thought that AJ Styles would have a War Games team of his own to take on Judgment Day. Honestly.
Well, if they had a mixed War Games match, I would agree with you.
That would be kind of interesting, honestly.
Yeah, but since the playing field is actually even, thanks to the woman we talked about in topic number 1,
Yeah.
I think since it's an even playing field, I'm going with the phenomenal AJ Styles.
All right, and I'm going with Finn Balor, and I also believe that, and because we haven't seen Edge in a while, but I'm wondering, and this is an honest thought here, is Edge gonna return and still be in a feud with Judgment Day?
Honestly, isn't he out with like an injury or something?
I don't know. Edge always seems to get injured, come back, get injured, come back, get injured, come back, get injured, come back.
Yeah. All right, next match, which I'm excited to predict.
All right, what is the match?
It is the Women's War Games.
Yeah, all right. Team number 1.
Team Bianca Belair, which consists of the EST,
obviously,
Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Mia Yim, and a mystery person who we are going to find out.
Maybe.
We're gonna have. They said they're gonna reveal it on SmackDown. Who we are going to find out the day this episode releases. Versus Damage Control, Nick Bailey, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai with Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley.
Now, I will say, they actually, I will admit, Damage Control has a pretty interesting team because you got a person that's all about hurting people in Nikki Cross, and you got a person that has since turning heel has been on a bit of on Destructive Warpath.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Ronda Rousey, because literally she has just been beating.
She's not in the War Games match.
What did I say?
I said Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley.
Oh, I said Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda was the first match we predicted, dude.
My bad. I will say, with them having Ronda Rousey in their corner since Ronda has turned heel, she has been on a completely different level. Like nobody's been able to touch her, sort of thing. And I'm gonna go with Team Damage Control.
Shocker. I was gonna go with Team Bianca anyways, but if I were booking this, I would just get rid of the extra members, and I would have it be a winner take all. Raw Women's Championship and
Yeah.
Women's Tag Team Championships on the line.
Why? Why?
Just to make it more interesting.
Okay, and I will admit though, but and this is something that is puzzling me. And honestly, is Alexa Bliss going to stay loyal to that team? Because in case you forgot, there was a time on Raw like a couple weeks ago where there was a random thing for Bray Wyatt, and I've often noticed that when she's entering the ring with that team, and she's a little bit separate from the team on the ring, like when they're like on the ring apron. I've often wondered
That is true.
I've often wondered if something with Wyatt is gonna happen with that. Just a thought.
Yeah. But I will also say we don't know who the final member of Team Bianca is at this time. It could be Becky Lynch for all we know.
I mean, it does make very, very much sense considering in storyline perspective, Damage Control did take her out.
Yeah.
In storyline.
And
match.
Unfortunately, we are on the final match of this prediction because currently there are only 4 matches on the card because they didn't update for the U.S. title match.
Oh, yeah. We should probably predict that one.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, we got Seth freaking Rollins versus a very new and aggressive Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley, who has just been on a warpath of hurting people.
I am going to do the smart thing and avoid this being all babyface versus heel predictions because that's what we've done so far, and last time that happened, we ended in a tie, and we don't know if there's a kickoff, and I don't want to do a coin flip because I suck at those in this.
Yeah.
I am going I'm going the drip God Seth freaking Rollins, who now that I think about it, may have had a face turn. Damn it.
Okay. I'm just going to say what I'm thinking is, and I want to ask you this honest question. What is your thoughts on Theory's attitude change since losing the Money in the Bank?
Oh, boo-hoo. Suck it up. Suck it up, you loser.
No, I know. I mean, like, not that. I mean, like, the fact, like, his new aggressive side since losing.
Good. Maybe I'll stop taking selfies with the people he beats.
That's what yeah. I mean, I will say, if this is, and I will say, I thought Theory cashing in, and this is kind of random, but Theory cashing in his Money in the Bank does kind of elevate the U.S. title, and also, it honestly kind of, with him, we thought was going to cash in the NXT title on Halloween Havoc. It does kind of make the Money in the Bank, a lot more unpredictable.
Yeah.
And I will say, I do kind of like his new aggressive attitude, but my pick is the Almighty.
So
Theory
no
don't.
one believes in Theory despite you singing his praises.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't blame you.
Next.
Next is what is definitely going to event. The Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens in
Which, oh,
War Games.
yeah. It's kind of obvious. It means, yeah, it's kind of obvious. But I will say, and before we actually say, it is going to be kind of interesting with one team having Sami Zayn and one team having Kevin Owens, because I don't know if Sami's going to portray the Bloodline in that match.
I doubt it since he's an honorary Uso or whatever.
Yeah, he is. But okay.
And honestly, Sammy has been doing really great work as part of the Bloodline.
Trying to get Lily.
Even making every member of the Bloodline break character by saying, I think it was Jey Uso hasn't been feeling very Usi as of late.
Yeah, okay, because I don't know if anyone even noticed this, but when he said that, Jay was just like trying to stay in character. Then when he just said
Jimmy
that,
was also trying to stay in character. Roman broke character, and we didn't see Solo, but apparently he also broke character.
We don't know about Heyman. I think he's got everyone to break character except for Heyman.
Because Heyman is a pro. Oh, and I just realized something.
What?
We forgot to mention the quote-unquote punishment for this before we start the prediction.
Go ahead.
Now, we're not having a traditional movie punishment because that would be kind of stale. Instead, and I would actually like to make this a regular thing, the winner gets the first pick at the next prediction battle, which will be NXT Deadline.
Yes.
Hey, I actually got it right.
Yay. And I will say, my honest thoughts on this match is, well, don't get me wrong. With people like Sheamus and people like McIntyre, the Team Brutes, I guess I would have called them. Like, I don't know. I feel like they have a chance of winning this War Games match.
But then you remember they're facing our tribal chief who's in God mode.
Yeah.
And his other family. And then there's Sami Zayn.
Yeah, but because, like, I'm just thinking about this more, like, because think about this. Like, you're going to put the tribal chief in a match along with him. You're going to put the tribal chief in a match where he can literally do anything, any means necessary to win, as well as Sikoa, who has been on a warpath that's being called up, the Usos, who have just been absolutely fucking killing it this year, and then Sammy, who has just been great.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, this may be a hot take, but Sami Zayn is currently the funniest person on WWE television.
I am going with the Bloodline.
Shocker, I kind of guessed that already.
Yeah, and I will say is that, don't forget, we don't know which team is getting the advantage because this Friday we got the Usos versus McIntyre and Sheamus.
Yeah.
Winner team gets advantage instead of it being a ladder match, which is different.
Yeah, because WWE doesn't know what the word continuity means.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I also want to say, is that I feel like and this is just something I think that they should do for the war games on the main roster. Is I think that they should instead of having the people come in and bring weapons, I think that they should just have a bunch of random weapons just scattered all over war games.
So basically, you want it to be an Impact Wrestling Lethal Lockdown.
Yes, but I mean, I get if they want to bring in weapons, like keep it cut, keep.
Yeah, but I will say, if they do add a roof to it, we won't be able to have that insane spot where someone jumps off the cage, knocking everyone down, even if they don't get hit like dominoes.
Yeah, and Matthew chose it's obviously you chose.
Because I didn't have a choice.
No, and we will say we don't fucking know if WWE is going to add any more matches because, like, I'm gonna shoot straight as that. Like, don't get me wrong. Oh, and by the way, I did watch the movie. I liked it.
That's surprising. I was supposed to pick a bad movie for you. Damn it.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. And I also want to say is that I think whoever, yeah, all right.
And I think what Travis is trying to say is, if there are any other matches added to the card, I will post my picks on our Twitter at AT_odds_podcast.
Yeah, all right, roll that outro. Goodbye.
We'll see you then. You'll hear us next week. Roll that outro. Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit
and the Executioner,
edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis21, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at DanTheExecutioner21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussions. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.